Okay, to say I'm excited about this podcast is a complete understatement because I am interviewing the Alexis Warr Burton. And I've talked to you before, but it was over the phone. It wasn't in person. And this is happening in person. I wish you all could see her dress because it is giving me like Cinderella vibes in the best way. We all know how I love her. But Alexis is here in the studio. Alexis, welcome to our podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Again, it's so great to be in person finally.
I know, and I loved it. I mean, we talked to you, it was maybe over a year ago, I'm thinking.
That's crazy.
How have things been with you since we last spoke? Because we last spoke, you were just coming off of winning So You Think You Could Dance. You had I remember with Dancing with the Stars, you had just performed Elvis Week. That's how specific. See, I'm so good.
Okay.
So that's the last time we spoke. How have things, I mean, I know it's a loaded question, but how have things been since?
Things have been a whirlwind. It's been crazy. Lots of highs, lots of lows, just adulting. But yeah, since Elvis Week. I finished out that season and it was so much fun. I had to fill in for Daniela for one more week after Elvis Week.
Okay, yes.
And then I was just troop for the rest of the show and it was so fun. Such a cool experience. Yeah. And my dad came to the finale. Aww. And it was just so sweet to see him in the audience and just watching me live out this dream. Like it was the same feelings of So You Think, like, it's so crazy when you see your loved ones like in the audience of you doing your dream show. Like nothing is more of an incredible feeling than that. And after that, I went on to do the Dancing with the Stars tour as a pro. Mm-hmm. That was so much fun. One of my favorite shows. It's just so cool touring. I've done a lot of tours since we last spoke.
Yes, you have. I was going to ask. We'll get to that.
Yes, for sure. So, we've been doing some tours. I did some with Derek just last year, I believe. Last year, I did a tour with Dancing with the Stars at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. Then I toured with Derek in the summer. Mm-hmm. Then I also toured with him during like the fall, winter season. We did a holiday tour, which was so much fun. And we're just still discovering the dance journey and like what like next dreams are and like next steps, but also like adulting. My husband's in dental school and, just figuring out life together and plans and just a bunch of those things. So we got a dog.
Oh, you did? Yes, you posted that. What's its name?
Lando. We're big
Star Wars fans?
Yes, but also we named him after the Formula One driver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Jake is obsessed with Formula One.
We both went different.
Yes.
I thought he was named after the character from Star Wars.
Hey, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so like I'm here for it. But we always watch Formula One, and Lando Norris, who is the driver for McLaren, he won the race the day we got him. So we're just like,
obviously you have
Lando.
You obviously have to name him Lando. So much has been going on. What is it like touring with Dancing with the Stars compared to being on the show? How do they differ? Well, obviously, you're like, I wake up in a new place every day. Other than that.
Well, it's fun. It's really interesting. Both have such amazing qualities to them. And even though it's the same show, it's completely different vibes. Yeah. With the show, it's like you're focusing on your celebrity. Yeah. Or you're focusing on like the dances and the weeks, the camera work, and like you're performing to a camera. Yes. And so tour,
I know that well.
So on tour, it's like we get to do some of these dances, but we also get to work with incredible choreographers and just get to like perform, and we actually get to see the people behind the camera. And like it's so fun to actually like be able to connect and like play with different people from the audience and just see their smiles, and it's just a lot more of like a personable experience.
I love that.
Which I absolutely love. And you're also performing live. Like live. You can't do any other retakes. It's like it's a 2-hour show, like goes exactly how it goes,
Yeah.
No prep time or whatever. And
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's very, I'm not to the level you are, obviously. I grew up dancing. Got hurt. So
I know, we still have to have our dance lesson.
I know.
I
was going to wear sequins today, actually. And I was like, well, I know Alexis is going to come dressed in something really cute. If I show up in what I think a ballroom dancer wears,
stop it.
She'll be like,
you better pull up with those sequins. See, I call this my milkmaid dress.
I I just could see your face if I opened the door greeting you and I was in sequins. And
I would be screaming and hyping you up.
And my fake tan.
I love it.
But I mean,
I'm here for it.
That's how I remember dances. I did a lot of jazz and ballet.
Yeah.
And it was always live. And there was just no retakes. That's just how it was. So I'm sure a tour, feels like how you started dancing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. And we also need to talk about, in this last little bit, my dear, you were very featured, a star in JoJo's music video. So what was that like? Did you have to audition for it? Did you know her? How did that come about?
Yeah, so I knew her. We had a mutual friend, Ezra Sosa. And so I've met her before and knew her. And then she was a judge on So You Think. And after So You Think, we got to talking and we became really good friends.
Yeah.
And she is so cool, so epic. And yeah, she mentioned something to me about like, she has a potential like music video thing in the mix and she would love if I could be a part of it. And I was just like, absolutely. And then later down on the road, they were holding auditions and then I just reached out to her, was just like, hey, like, I'm here and I'm free. I don't have any schedulers. Like, is that still happening? She's like, oh my gosh, please like come by the studio. And so I had like a private audition. Yeah. So I didn't do like the group audition. So it was just me, her, and her choreographer, Richie Jackson.
Okay.
And so who's amazing choreographer. Yeah, he's choreographed for like Lady Gaga. And does all of JoJo's stuff. And yeah, so we just played with choreography together in the room and it was so much fun. We were just like laughing, having a good time, and it just went from there. And then
you were such a star. And I saw the music video and I remember talking to some of my friends and I was like, yes, I know this is JoJo's music video, but Alexis is in it.
Well, thank you so much.
I was like, Alexis is in it and she is killing it. So you have
thank you.
I mean, you toured with Derek, you were doing Dancing with the Stars. I mean, so much. Is there a moment from the past year with all of that really stood out to you?
Ooh, I think the biggest moment from like last year that stood out to me was working with Derek and his wife, Haley. She had a really scary brain injury happen. And when they were doing like their first leg of one of their tours, I wasn't doing that one, but I heard about it and she had to like rush into emergency brain surgery and it was just a scary process. And I understand because my mom has had brain surgery. And so I understand the risks and how severe it is, especially with what she had and what she had to get and like the recovery process. And so in the summer, was the first time she started dancing again. So she wanted to go back on tour because Derek was finishing out the dances. And so that's when they called me up because they wanted me to be her understudy to kind of like do some of her dances. And then like, if she had a bad day, I'd fill in for her for more dances and we would just kind of play it by ear. But I was just there on tour for her. Yeah. And that was such a cool experience to just be in the room of. Like, I absolutely love Derek and Haley. Like, they are family to me and just have been with me. We've known each other for like over 8 years working together. And so that was really cool, just seeing like a miracle happen right in front of my eyes, like seeing her dance again when like she was never supposed to dance again after something so like life-threatening and like life-changing. And, you know, kind of seeing what her and Derek had to go through that healing process. It was so cool to be in the room and see her start to dance again. And like, it was funny because she was reminding Derek of the moves. Derek was forgetting all the moves. And she was like, no, babe, it's this. Like, and so it was cool seeing like her lead him through that. Yeah. And just, it was really magical to just like witness like literally a miracle happening right in front of my eyes. And so I think that was one of like a highlight moment from last year because it just put a lot of things into perspective. Yeah. Yeah. Just a lot of things about just life and dance and just made me so grateful for life and dance and just the impact that, you know, she has on others. And she's just inspired me and just seeing like just her personality and like how she views life and like views everything. It was just really special to witness. And it was like, yes, we're dancing, doing something, but like I'm witnessing a lot more than just dance, you know? And so that was really special.
And I think what you said there, just there, more than just dance. Yeah. I think coming, you know, from a dancer's perspective, dance always is more than just dance.
Exactly.
And it's like what you witnessed, seeing that miracle and, you know, being in front of people, entertaining people. It always is more than just dance. It is an art form that, you know, pushes us, brings people together, connects us with people. And I think that's one of the coolest things about you is that you've been able to do this. You've been able to connect with people. You've been able to tell stories. You've been able to do all of this stuff and do it so beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
So that's been truly remarkable to watch you do this. And I mean, I know things are changing with you, things are moving with you, but if you were able to go, if you did Dancing with the Stars again, and you were a pro, who would be your dream celebrity to dance with?
Ooh, I would say Jack Black.
And my producer were just like, yes.
Absolutely. I would have the best time with him. And it would be so fun to create stuff on him. Or I would say, like, if we're playing, like, Dead or Alive, like, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Or, like, oh, that would just be so fun. Like, I want someone that is doing karate where we could do some, like, crazy moves.
Yeah.
Or a comedian who can just, like, make me laugh and, like...
I love it.
You know, and just have such a, you know, witty personality and outlook on it. You know?
I love that.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
would be so much fun. I am a huge fan of both of those men. So, and honestly, the world of social media has brought a completely different dynamic to dance and Dancing with the Stars as a whole. How do you think social media has kind of evolved the show and the tour?
Absolutely. I think that it gives the audience a lot more of behind the scenes content. Like you're seeing a lot more than just what's on TV. Like you're seeing the process behind and rehearsals and seeing the playfulness and banter that happens behind stage and with your partner. And you're literally seeing like behind the scenes of the studio of like everything. And so I think it adds that aspect to it where it's just a lot more of a personable experience for the fans.
I love that. Okay. And speaking of social media, you know, I follow you. I am a devout follower of Alexis on social media. And you and Jules Hough, I just called her Jules like she's my friend. I have never met her in my life.
Hey, she is the most friendly person ever.
I mean, Julian.
Everyone's her friend.
Julian, I called her Jules like we've been best friends for years. Julian, you have been seen with her a lot on social media, and you two keep saying big things are happening. Can you tell me about these big things, or is this like hush hush?
I could tell you about some.
Okay, she said some.
I could tell about some.
So she's still going to hold on to some things. So what are the things you can tell me?
Yes. So one of them, she was doing a music video for a friend, and I was just helping her with, we were just making some choreography and moves together. Yeah. So that was one. The other one, her and Derek are starting up this ballroom mix jazz world versatility like competition or convention. And so we've been working on like combos for like our pop-up events. And so that was kind of that. And yeah.
Okay. And then she's giving me, I know this is a podcast, but she is giving me this ginormous smile. So I know she's holding on to a secret that she can't say.
Yes.
I'll leave it go. Can you like give me like a hint?
Okay. Well, it doesn't have to do with Julianne, but she does know about it.
Okay. So Jules knows about it. My good friend Jules.
Yeah. Yes. Your good friend Jules. No, there's just,
some things are in the works.
Some things are in the works. Nothing's official, but we're in the works of something.
So stay tuned. And I discovered with Alexis, she's
and
like
manifest that it comes to life.
When she says we, she just means herself.
Oh, yes. Me. I always refer to myself as third person. Me, myself, and I. We.
Okay, so we'll let that go. I will be bothering you about this until it happens because I have to know.
Sounds good.
And I mean, we're on this topic of social media. You have a huge following. I mean, from So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, the tours, everything you do. How do you deal with the negative side of social media? Because, I mean, there's things that happen
Absolutely.
online. How do you deal with that? And has that kind of influenced your performance? How do you get it to not influence your performance in a negative way or anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. I am very much an emotional person.
Same girl.
And I wear my heart on my sleeve. And so any negative comment definitely hurts and it gets me. And so I've had to do a lot of self-work into just believing in myself and, you know, like Mel Robbins' theory of like, let them, and just kind of rediscovering how I view myself. And so I think a lot of self-work has come into play. And, you know, I try not to let it get to me, but I'll admit I'm human. Sometimes it does, well, especially when I do care about people's opinions, and I'm a people pleaser at heart. And so that's another thing we're working on as well. But there's this saying that like Tom Holland said, it's like, if you have a problem with me, like call me, text me. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me. Oh. And so I think that kind of helps as far as like people who will just say nasty things or DM me crazy things, is just knowing that like, you know, I hope that you're okay. I don't know what solid reason you are coming out, but you know, I just kind of let it go. And sometimes I just won't even read them. Like I won't even read the comments. And so I think that's kind of, you know, it's trial and error. Like I'm still figuring it out. Like I definitely don't have it as bad as like some other like people. So I am grateful for that. And I do feel like I get more love than hate. And so I just try to focus on those positives more and just, taking those in more.
Well, I call myself, Brene Brown talks about how she's a recovering perfectionist. I tell people I'm a recovering people pleaser.
Absolutely.
So
same.
I understand that very, very well. And it is doing some work on yourself. And I love that quote by Tom Holland. I think that's fantastic. And
well, it's just great because it's like, you know, you can have the purest of intentions and there can still be people that can come at you. And so it's also like, if I know that my heart's in the right place and like my intentions were pure, then, you know, let them vent it out. Maybe they're going through something hard and like, this is their outlet, you know?
Yeah. Two of the most powerful words of 2025.
Literally. I feel like everyone's getting it tattooed on themselves right now.
I love it. I mean, it's amazing. I'm seeing it all over the place and it works, especially for us, you know, recovering people pleasers.
Absolutely. And well, it's where we give like so much power to other people. You know, it's like a way to get your power back a little bit.
I love that. And I say sometimes, you know, when stuff like this happens, people's negative comments, what they think of me isn't my business. I can't control another person.
Exactly.
And all I can control is myself.
Exactly. And our actions that we take.
As hard as it can be, because if someone says something really mean, it's really hard.
Yeah. But well, especially when it's like, I feel like no one's intention is to like, at least like for us, like we're not intentionally trying to hurt someone. Yeah. Or make them like feel a certain type of way. Yeah. You know? And so, and people just like to, you know,
people will
just like to nitpick.
Just like, come on, people. Yeah. Let's be as nice as we can.
Let's have some love.
You heard it from Alexis. We're talking about, you know, like mental strength and things like that. I know from doing it, I don't know how many people out there know how mentally taxing dance can be. It takes so much out of you physically, but so much out of you mentally. Just different things. I mean, I joke when I had my baby, I think when he was born, he took part of my brain with him. Like picking up choreography now, I'm like, oh my word. But that's like a different type of mental, a different type of mental game. How do you stay mentally focused and positive, especially when you're on a tour and you're exhausted or, you know, you're just pushing yourself to the limit? How do you stay mentally sharp and okay when so much is going on?
Honestly, I would say I rely a lot on my faith and my religion, like to carry me through those moments, like especially during So You Think, when it was like the most stressful of stressful times and you're literally getting bullied and put through the ringer and just so much stress. I really relied on my faith to like carry me through, and like, you know, my faith in like Jesus Christ and absolutely. And like, sorry, we're getting a little religious here, but truly like that is, and that is what carries me through those hard times, is just going back to my foundation of like who I am, purpose, and almost just like aside from religion aspect, just like peeling back the layers and like simplifying is what helps me. So it's like people say like compartmentalize, but I wouldn't say like compartmentalize. Like I just try to focus on like what matters in that moment and like what I can do. Because a lot of the things that stress us are outside factors. And then we'll allow that into our space. And so, you know, I'm just going to use So You Think as an example. We had crazy weeks and I'm like, you know what I can focus on is this dance right now and making sure that I can do my best work. So I'm just going to focus on this dance and we're just going to take it day by day. If I can't do day by day, we're going to take it hour by hour and just really try to simplify and like calm the outside noise and like go
so
inward.
Wise.
Oh my goodness, you're so sweet.
I was like, I knew you were talented, but she's also very, very wise.
No,
and I
you're
mean,
so
like
sweet.
the sweetest
Thank you.
person ever, but you are very wise. So we're talking about So You Think and Dance, all this stuff. I'm just gonna, and we've had some, you know, I've asked you some pretty hard questions. I want to ask you a fun one to break it up. If there is a specific song or style you'd love to choreograph a dance to that you haven't yet, if given the chance, what would it be?
That's probably the hardest question.
She's like, talk to me about mental health.
Like,
talk to me
throw
about
these like curveballs. Like let's go. But I'm like, oh, song. Okay. It depends on my mood, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll start with right now. I've been listening to this song called Purple Hat, and it just has this really funky samba beat, and I'm kind of into it. I'm teaching a convention next week, and so I think I might choreograph a combo to that. But that's the song that's currently on my mind.
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
If you and I, because we've talked about this, because you said you'd give me a dance class, because
Yes.
this is so embarrassing. I have taken ballroom classes, right?
Yes.
I did a competition. I got 4th out of 4.
Slay.
But you know what? I showed up.
You showed up.
I got 4th out of 4. If you were to teach me, like, you know, a number, what song would you pick? I gotta know. See, this one is hard.
These are the hardest ones. Well, I would first ask what song you would want to go with, because
I'm an 80-year-old at heart, so if anything is old,
I mean, immediately girls just want to have fun. It's like it's like the first song that just came to mind.
and you know what?
I think it's my milkmaid outfit, your hot pink top. I'm like, girls just want to have fun.
There
Let's
we
go.
So you can catch me and Alexis on tour performing Girls Just Want to Have Fun in our sequins and our feathers.
Absolutely. We'll like salsa it out.
Oh, perfect. Salsa was the one I was good at. The one that I was horrible at was the rumba.
Rumba. Okay, so maybe we have to do rumba.
I was so bad.
Oh my gosh, no.
I just couldn't. I mean, seeing me, I don't
believe that.
I'm a very intense person, which serves me
So
well.
paso?
And I could not let go of my hips enough to do the rumba. I just couldn't.
Well, and the rumba's a hard dance, especially like when we teach celebrities, because it's so slow and there's so much technical aspects to it. So you don't have much room to hide any mistakes.
Great. So
the rumba is the hardest dance.
if you see me on tour Dancing with the Stars, know that rumba was hard, and please give me your vote.
Yes. But then we'll do our girls just want to have fun salsa and live our best lives.
Everything's great. So within the dancing community, you have mentioned so many people. What do these relationships mean to you? You have mentioned, you've mentioned the Houghs, you've mentioned different people. What makes these dancing relationships so special?
Oh, they mean the world to me. It's just like who they are. It's so amazing to just be in a room with them, see them create, because it's like your idols, the people you look up to. And I feel like I've learned so much from them. And that's where I feel so grateful. Like I have been surrounded by the best of the best, competed against the best of the best. And it's just so like honoring and humbling to just witness their magic and like who they are as a person, but also their creativity and just see how they work and how they create routines and how they carry themselves. It's really cool and fascinating to be a part of. And I feel so grateful that, I consider them my friends. And yeah, it's really special.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual. What would you say to maybe a young dancer who sees your journey, who is like, oh my gosh, Alexis won So You Think You Can Dance. She did Dancing with the Stars. She's touring. She's choreographing. She's featured in these music videos. I want to follow her path. And maybe they're worried. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they are fighting off some imposter syndrome. What would you say to these young dancers?
Well, one, that all those feelings are valid because I still feel those to this day. I would say just to know, like, that you are good enough. Like, no matter, like, what anyone says, like, you are enough. I think that's what I really struggled with growing up is, like, believing that. And so I think if they can just keep telling themselves that. And also, I've done a lot of these great things, and I'm so grateful, but that doesn't mean that I haven't hit my rock bottoms and my lows. I feel like I've hit a lot more lows than those highs, you know? And so I think I would also say that those lows are necessary and that it's normal, and still, like, a professional dancer in the world, like, I still go through my lows. You know, we're kind of in a little bit of a low right now even. And so it's just riding those waves and just trusting the process and just understanding that, like, things will be okay, just to don't stop going and, like, keep chasing those dreams. Because again, like, life is truly a roller coaster. Like, you go through ups, but then you also go through downs. And it's about just riding that wave and, you know, like, being appreciative of each moment. Because if it wasn't for those lows, I wouldn't have been so appreciative of my highs. Yeah. And, you know, and I just feel grateful for that. And so I think that is the realistic aspect. Like, all of us that have had success, it's not all just happy. No. So, like, the lows are normal, and, you know, you will get through them.
I love that. And I mean, you hit it spot on. For me, a lot of times you can't have joy if you don't know sorrow.
Exactly.
And just those lows don't mean that it's over.
Mm-hmm. And that's life. Like, we're here on this world to learn and grow, you know, and to have faith and, you know, to have agency. And so that's literally a part of life. And that is the journey of life, is, you know, understanding all of those.
Beautifully said. I think that's so amazing. So, I mean, we've talked about everything that you've done. There's a secret you can't tell us yet. Looking ahead, what are your goals for, you know, your dance career, or just, or maybe your career in general? Like, what does the future, if you were, you know, controlling it, what does the future look like for you and your family?
Honestly, I don't really know at the moment. And I think we're kind of in this process of the unknown. I definitely want to, like, manifest and believe in something big to come. And we're just trying to do our best with each moment and just live in each moment. And yeah, there's a lot more with dance that I want to do. My husband's about to finish dental school up and start his residency program. And so just creating our life together, and then, you know, eventually setting shop. We don't know where, but kind of doing that and starting family. But then there's still a lot more to dance. Like, I'm only 24 and I plan to dance until as long as I can. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think we're just figuring out what's next. Like, what do I want to do next? Like, what are my goals? Yeah. And I think this year I'm kind of going through a journey of more self-discovery. I feel like this year has kind of been a learning and experimenting year for me. My goal is, like, my word of the year is to evolve. And I think that's in all aspects of my life, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you know, with dance. And so we are just trying to figure that out. And, you know, that's part of the journey. So it's a little unknown right now, but we're trying to be okay with that.
I have no idea why you first started that sentence and you're talking about manifesting. I am getting emotional over here. I don't know why. Our producer is looking at me like, oh, Laura, we are kindred spirits, my dear.
For sure.
I get you. And I know the future is going to be great.
Oh, thank you.
For you, your hubby, and Lando.
Oh, thank you. He is my sunshine.
So we have loved talking to you, and we're going to wrap up this interview with our Fresh Five. We did this last time. I asked you 5 random questions about you. And I remember last time I talked about guilty pleasures, and we talked about pimple popping videos.
Oh, yes. That's still true.
Girl, I feel you. So I have I think I asked you some of these last time. Some of them are different.
Okay.
So first off, I'm going to ask you, what Hogwarts house do you belong to?
Obviously, I want to believe it's Gryffindor, but I've taken this test multiple times, and every time it's a Hufflepuff.
And you know what? There is no shame in being a Hufflepuff.
Hey, that was Robert Pattinson's house.
I know.
I'm here for it.
We love all of our Hufflepuff families.
Yes.
We love it. I have taken the quiz multiple times, and I know this is very odd, and everyone listening is going to think I'm lying. I always end up in Slytherin.
Stop.
Or Gryffindor. And I think the only reason I end up in Slytherin is because I'm very driven. And so some of the questions, so it's like, you belong in Slytherin. And I'm like, I don't think that's accurate.
Hey, there's some legends of Slytherin.
Oh, I know. But
yes.
I'm like, that's very interesting. So
yeah, I'll even try to like answer the questions
like a Gryffindor
would, and I still get Hufflepuff.
I always switch back and forth between Gryffindor and Slytherin. It's always one of the two.
But hey, I'm happy with either. Hogwarts is actually my fantasy life.
Oh,
like,
I was waiting.
I would want to be in that world.
I was waiting
for,
for my letter till I was like my birthday this year.
Oh my goodness. Oh, same.
I actually have 2 brushes on my desk. One is a Cinderella brush and one is a Gryffindor brush. So that's where we're at. And I part my hair with a Fleur Delacour wand.
Stop.
So that's where we're at.
That. I know. I keep wanting to buy these magic wand, like Harry Potter, like wand makeup brushes.
Oh, I know the ones you're talking about. My friend has
my
them.
husband's like, you don't need it. You already have too many brushes.
You're
I'm
like, yes,
ugh.
I do, actually.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, the next question is, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Do you want to build a snowman? From Frozen. Absolutely. Every single time. It's that one.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard.
You're thinking like, near, far, wherever you are.
I love that.
For sure. Yeah, that's my song.
That is great. And I don't think that should ever change.
You know.
I was like, mine is Don't Stop Me Now by Queen or Somebody to Love.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, poor Freddie Mercury. Oh my gosh. I'm sure he's just looking down on me and is like, will you not sing my songs, please?
Oh, stop. He's probably rocking it out there, hyping you up.
So we did that. Now let's talk about, this one's simple. Spring is here. What's your favorite flower?
Ooh, I really love tulips.
Love it.
Or I love like pink roses.
Love it. All
yeah.
right. And this one's just, would you rather? Would you rather fly or take a road trip?
Oh, depends where. I don't know.
I just shrug. I'm like, it's just
road trip.
Okay.
Road trip. I really love road trips.
Where you can sing, do you want to build a snowman?
Exactly.
I mean,
in
I
the car.
I guess you could do that on a flight.
Well, me and my husband do play karaoke in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And we will belt it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one of our fondest pastimes.
you could do that on a flight, but I don't know how well it would be received.
Oh, I would be way too nervous and embarrassed. You know, dance makes me extroverted, but I am 1000% an introvert.
Interesting.
And so like on flights, it's like, I get nervous if like the person that's next to me that I don't know, like wants to have a conversation. Like I want to be nice and like have a conversation. At the same time, I'm like, I am so shy right now. Like I am so shy.
So we're not going to be singing on a flight. Great. We'll do a road
Unless the
trip.
flight is like to Thailand.
Okay.
Then like.
And it's really long.
Yes. And I'll sing in my head.
Okay, perfect. Finally, the final Fresh Five question is, how do you start your morning? Like if you don't start your morning this way, then the rest of the day is just like off.
I've been trying to, I have a very specific night routine and like it is so consistent. My morning routine fluctuates because I'm so not a morning person, but I've been trying to push myself to like go to bed early and wake up earlier. Currently, I have to drink water right when I wake up. Just, no, it's more just because like, I know that's like what you should do. That's my night routine. It's like, I genuinely like enjoy, but like my morning routine is like, okay, I need to do this. Like this is going to set my day up for success. I usually love to make my bed because it just starts off a clean note.
Yeah.
And then I immediately take my dog out to go potty.
It has to happen.
That has to happen. I do it right then and there because I don't trust him without going potty. And then I will usually take a shower to like wake up and do the morning skincare, brush the teeth. And then I will usually pop open a Celsius. I'm like energy first thing in the morning.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Should probably wait for a while longer, but
We love it.
we got to get that kick.
Everyone has their morning routines, and I just wanted to know what yours is. Everyone's are different. And some people,
is it.
Some people are like, it's a trend that's going on right now. It's an article I read that a lot of people, I don't know if it was on TikTok. It's basically called the closing shift. So like when you're on the closing shift of retail, you fold everything, you put everything away. So when the morning comes, everything is perfect and easy. Yes. Well, I wouldn't say perfect because life's not perfect, but everything is a little more doable in the morning. Yeah. So I think those nighttime routines are so very important.
Yes.
Love it, love it. Well, Alexis, it has been an absolute joy talking to you. Come back anytime. And everyone, thank you so much for listening. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and we will catch you next time.